Okay, well, I'm real thrilled to be able to introduce a guy I'm happy to be able to call my friend. I met him at the Whole Life Festival, and we really connected very deeply. We've done a couple of Zoom calls, and he was scheduled to come here anyway. We were going to get to see him in person. He was willing to drive down from his current location in Fairbanks, but as luck would have it, we're here on the Zoom room. So our speaker is Ongpor PraDharma. He is an ordained spiritual guide in the Palajit Dharma Jakawarn tradition of Thai Buddhism. I hope I didn't butcher that too badly, Ongpor. And he's going to teach us today a little bit about his tradition and his path on that tradition. He's going to introduce us to their pure power meditation, and we're going to have an opportunity to do that as well. So without any further delay, let me turn it over to Ongpor. I'm going to delete everybody but Ongpor so we get a good clean recording, but as we go into questions, we'll open it up again. So hang on just a second, Ongpor, because I got to mute you as well, and then I'll unmute you.
Okay. Now?
Okay, you should be good. Yep, you're good now. Welcome, Ongpor.
Okay. Sawadee krap, everyone. This is a greeting from a Thai style of greeting. And this is a very good greeting under COVID-19. So we don't touch hands. But, and we are going, before we start, I would like everyone to send the energy, put your hands like this in front, and send your true love through one another in this room. And also, may the power of us that combine together as a pure power be combined in the universal level and send this energy throughout all the world who are in suffer. May all of this pure power from our pure heart be shared with the world. Clear your mind, send your energy towards your palm, and send it to our beloved friend in this room. And may we be blessed with the power of the universe. Okay. Thank you so much. I feel everyone's energy in this room, and you are magnificent. Let me start. I am Ongpor PraDharma, an ordained master from PDJ or Palajit Dharma Jakawarn. And what is PDJ? Palajit is basically means our pure soul. Dharma is another name for the pure nature. And Jakawarn is representing the universe pure power or the power of the love of God. So that everything has a spirit dwell inside of them. So when we are pure enough, the purity of our spirit, the nature, and the universe can combine as one, as a unity, like we are doing that with our palm just now. So it is the basic of our sending pure love, pure energy towards the people around us. So PDJ was found 15 years ago in Thailand, where the Grandmaster she is the one that originated it, and for many times we have found and followed the Grandmaster, that she can open the portals and let us understand the universe, the nature, and ourselves. So basically, all these energy are true when we are able to touch upon the nature. That is why our missions of PDJ is to develop a knowledge base that use the nature and all these power of the universe to extract them, to use to release the suffer from human. So the world has a lot of suffer, and human has the suffer in our heart. We import the suffer, but we don't know how to export them. We don't know how to bring it out from our mind. So that is why the suffering is an endless whirlpool that pull us down. Now, the knowledge based must not only based on uh, 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 some fixed thing, but we use the to study the spiritual entity, and we seek the knowledge the from the nature. We seek the knowledge from every religions on earth. We seek the knowledge from the star and the sky and the universe, and we seek the knowledge from ourselves, from the suffer of human itself. So with all these energy that we release, positive and negativities, we study them so carefully, and then we are extracting them to be the path of our spiritual life. So uh, these missions will create the way to fix the problems of our suffering. Um, we will use them to create a doctrines of our thinking. We use them to develop and to develop and elevate uh, ourselves towards something uh, uh, essential to our spirits. We use the key card or the card or the psychic ability to identify the link between spirit and the star and the nature, and how and where in the map of this universe we belongs to, so we can use them to start to trace the map of life. So this is uh, the the basic broad concept of PDJ. So this is what we do. Regarding to the topic that we are going to talk this morning, um, we are using we will be talking about the meditations, and thank you very much that we have uh, atom style meditations this morning that I never did it before, but it's magnificent. It feels so good. So meditations, in the pure power meditations that we developed, are basically similar to any meditations. We found that according to my study, I have been to many types of meditations. They comes to the same concept. The mind needs some kind of a decoy to fix our mind to a certain location. So each meditations will develop some kind of a stationary that use our mind to fix on them. And once our mind, because our human mind is so fluid, it's jumping around, it cannot be stable. It's like a fusion energy that is jumping all the time. It's like atom, it's moving all the time. So how to fix it? How to fix it is in the meditations, we need to develop a certain decoy. For example, we fix our mind through our breathing. That is a very good fixations. And we fix our mind. Some of the meditations is developing some kind of light inside our chakra, in any position of the chakra, and lock our mind in. And so on and so forth. Somebody is only use the word like a mantra or like something to lock a mind in. So why do we need to lock a mind in? So I will share some of my knowledge about stages that every meditation has to pass through, and then we do pure power meditations later on. So every kind of meditations will bring us into peace. Why we have to have one singularity of a mind, or keep the mind not jumping around? Because once it's stopped, its power will exhibit itself by zooming into something very, very detailed. For example, if you think about the magnified glass, if you think about magnified glass under the sun, it can burn things, right? It can burn the paper, right? The mind is the same thing. The mind, once you can contain the fusion energy of a mind that keep on jumping around, it focus on one singular thing, and that singular thing bring the peace inside of us. And once we are in peaceful, we will have our breathing will get lighter, lighter, and lighter. You will find that it is amazingly, a lot of people would found that, why am I not breathing? Actually, you are breathing, but you breathing so light. You don't take oxygen like you need in your everyday's life. Why? Because all the metabolism of your body has been slowed down. You don't use your body anymore, because the mind consumes a lot of energy when you think. When you study, for example, you feel hungry. You don't walk, you don't exercise. Why are you so hungry? When you use a lot of mind, because the mind consumes a lot of power and energy. Once you stopped it, this energy create something called, we call the hibernation. Just like the frog and anything, we can hibernate. We can hibernate mean we don't consume oxygen like we used to consume. We are the same creature of the earth that can do it. The bear can do it, but we just have our intelligence so much that we use our intelligence non-stop. That is why we cannot hibernate. It's not that we can't hibernate, but we don't know how to stop our intelligence from jumping around. So once you touch it, once your breath get lighter, something will happen. Your subconscious will draw some kind of happiness from within without any reason. So I believe that a lot of you here has gone to those stages. I call those stage 4, the stage of rewarding, the stage of fortune. Why do we call that stage? Because we found that at stage 4, we are releasing some kind of hormone called the endorphin into our bloodstream, and we are getting happiness from within. How can we release that? Only spirit can command hormones. We cannot command them. Only the inside spirit can command our hormones inside of us. So we release the happiness. So the happiness from within will make us so light, like we are flying. So a lot of you will experience like, oh, this is heaven. It is true. So we are studying further what kind of meditations can can release that kind of things too. We study the marathon runner. The marathon runner, they run when they hit like 20 kilometers, their mind becomes singularity with the rhythm of their running. Their breathing, their running, the rhythm of the whole body function is working like a systematic engine. Their mind become lock on automatically like a decoy, like a meditation approach in every kind. They too release the endorphin in the bloodstream. They run like running on the clouds. So with this system has been said, I would share it to you that this special ability innate within all of us, and it can only activate by spirit. So when our spirit appeal, we are locked on to something so vividly in one singular purpose, then we are in meditation mode. So after stage 4, a lot of people would be fascinated with a lot of stages that meditation can do. Stage 5, it might occur or might not occur. Stage 5, after all this happiness from within subsides, you will feel like sometimes it's like an itch on your skin, or some spider trying to crawl on your body. Is anyone experienced that? Uh, uh, we don't know how it is, but we sense we sense the birth and death of our cell on the skin. So with that as a distractions, once you pull it back in to the singularity concentrations, a lot of you bypass stage 5 and go to stage of visions. This is the stage that a lot of people fall in love with. It is another escalated happiness from within, but it gives you knowledge. It gives you knowledge. It means we found that a lot of people can do astral travel. We can meet something that is extraordinary. For example, the mind is so powerful that it can project something that is ultimatums to your dream, to your desire. So this is so powerful that a mind that seek knowledge, that doesn't seek, we categorize many groups, and we found that the mind that when you seek a religion, for example, if you are Christian, most of the people who meditate under the Christian environment, they will see, they will have the visions of God or Jesus. And the one that is very interesting group, they are religious without bonding to any religion. They are free soul seeker. These people will, majority of these people will do astral travel because their mind is seeking spiritual or universal knowledge. They will see a lot of things out there. Okay, with that has been said, we have to be very careful in our visions. The visions, we must have the master, or we have to remember to anchor our body and mind, because a lot of people get lost at that level. Okay, so I'm not trying to scare you guys, but when you go into your visions, a lot of people take vision too seriously. You jump into your own visions and you cannot find a way back home. So once you exhibit all those visions, think like you are looking at me. For example, you are watching the movie or going to theater. You are sit on a chair and the visions is in front of you. Don't go into that visions. You can enjoy, you can do everything, but keep in mind that I am here and you are there. You exhibit something to me is good. Uh-huh. But don't be a Superman flying into your visions. And one thing, the true story that I posted on my YouTube channel about my friend lost his wife. My friend lost his wife is a true story about these visionary stages. Um, uh, uh, he and his wife uh, love meditation so much, and they were in Thailand. And one day, both of them do astral travel, and they come back so overwhelmed. They talk to their master about, Master, I have seen the star. I am traveling the universe. And the master says, be careful. Don't jump into don't jump into it. First thing first, they cut the master off because you didn't see and I see, so I exceed your power. So so the seeing cannot be shared. The seeing is for individuals. That is why it's not about when you see and other people must see. You have to understand that meditation is individual projection. But um, they refuse to believe that master, and both of them goes into meditations by their own and forget about the master teaching of where you are to anchor yourself to your seat, and they just don't fasten their seat belts. They just release their seat belts. Uh-huh. So what happens at that time? The husband come back, but the wife doesn't come back. So he tried to wake his wife up, but his wife is just sit there and do nothing. So they carry her back home. She was like a veggie uh, for several months. Um, After they put her to a monk, then the monk called the spirit back. At that time, we don't know what is coming back. But anyway, this shows and this exhibit that once you are into your visions, don't forget to anchor yourself to number one, your breathing. Uh-huh. Once you find your breathing, don't get lost in the map of the universe that, hey, I have to fly back to Earth like a Superman. No. Everything is like a painting inside there. You just need to find your breathing. Once you find your breathing, you are back to your human self. So that or the easiest way is you trust on a certain master. For example, when I guide you, you listen to my voice. You listen to the teacher voice, and let them guide you back to your body.
And you're going to do that for us
so
here shortly, right? You'll guide us through a meditation here shortly.
I will. Yes,
yes.
But stage 6 is individual. I cannot give stage 6 to anyone. Stage 6 is about your own ability that collect through times. A lot of you can do it just like that, but a lot of you, even passing through stage 4, is so difficult. So it is totally based on individual, the practicing hour. You need to practice, and in Pure Power meditations, we don't try to force you to do like every day 30 minutes or 45 minutes or 1 hour. No. The newcomers on the meditations, I believe in natural meditations. For example, your mind is the business people, their mind are too busy. When we force them like 15 minutes meditation, they cannot do it. They are frustrating. You're putting them in jail on their chair. just 15 minutes, they cannot do it. So what we teach the people in the world that is full of rush, we just ask them to close their eyes, be clear their mind for the time that they can. If they can only do 30 seconds, then 30 seconds. Wake up from the meditations, but do it often. But once you feel like you want to do it, do it. And wake up when you want to wake up. You believe it or not, when you do it like that every single day, the length of time expand by itself automatically. It's like you are exercising the weight, you know, when your muscle get hurts, and tomorrow and next week your muscle get stronger. It's same thing. The spirit need exercise. Our mind need exercise. Our body need exercise. So if we want the exercise approach to be to work and not forcing ourselves. And I know that a lot of you guys here are very, very disciplined. I don't say that forcing yourself half an hour or 1 hour meditation is bad. It is good too. It is very good too. But it takes a lot of discipline to do that. Okay, so but my approach is another approach. You do what you feels to do, and you stop doing when you feels that you want to stop. But do it often, it will get longer by itself. Okay, so with that has been said, one more ideas has also developed. I got accident, stuck in the snow during our pilgrim in Canada. And our pilgrim, we just go by the wisdom and guidance of the universe. So in 2011, we have been pilgrim in Canada, and we're trying to drive the car across country from Calgary to the far east and try to drive up to the North Pole if we can. So that is our missions, driving endlessly towards the North Pole. So we did not know that in the middle of nowhere in Canada, there is nothing in between. So we run out of gas in the city called Saskatchewan. And I don't know who you are from Canada. I heard that some of you are from Canada. And we run out of gas at midnight. And all the gas stations are very tiny gas stations. They close at 7. So, oops, we are in trouble. And then 5 of us stuck in a small car, and we turn ourselves into a small gas station and wait for them to open the gas station at 5 a.m. 5 hours without heat. I think that we can die. The revelations and the message come through the Grand Master that you should do, you should not think. You should blend your mind with the nature. Embrace the cold. Embrace the nature around you. Not even cold, because cold opposite of hot. Because you are craving for heat. At that time, Pure Power Meditation give us what we call the sub-zero meditation stages. We survived that night under this minus 22 degrees centigrade. We managed to survive, although we're trying to pack up together. But the message that comes to the Grandmaster is Do not deny our nature. Embrace them as one. Do not think that you are human, you need heat, and they are cold, you resist them. Don't resist them. Embrace them as you and them are one of the same nature, so you will not feel hot or cold. Yes, we do survive that. And that is the beginning of the missions of every year. We are trying to find some cold place and to keep this sub-zero meditation alive. And this year, we choose Alaska. And Alaska is our destinations, and we stuck in heaven. So this is the sub-zero meditation program that that we extract accidentally during our pilgrim, and this knowledge comes to alive. So we practice along the way, and we found that the sub-zero meditation works very, very well with every human. So if any one of you wants to try, feel free to try. Um, but I will try to, before you go out there, um, within 3 or 4 minutes, your fingernails, both feet and toe, within 4 minutes, you will have a frostbite, okay? Under the real cold temperatures. If you cannot combine the nature into one pure soul, please do not force yourself. Run into the heater. And when you're ready, come back out again. Don't even think. This thing cannot even think. You just embrace, breathe the nature, and blend into yourself as one of you. Once you are doing it, once you can enter that level, you will find that half an hour is so easy. You will not feel any pain. 15 minutes is enough for you to prove yourself that you are able to get into singularity between nature and you. So so this is the basic walkthrough of pure power meditations. All right, now I have spoken theory too much. Let us do the pure power meditations. I will walk you guys through stage 4. Okay, so I hope everyone is ready. Sitting on your chair, put your hand like this, your right hand on left hand, and put it on your lap. And for those of you who are in the pure nature, in the city that is not so cold like this, you can, if you are outdoor, you can put your hand like that outside with the palm open, put it on your on the lap of both legs. It is called the charging positions. This one is the closed position. It means the energy keeps circulating inside of you. It is closed positions. So tonight, this morning, we will do the closed position. Right hand on left hand, and those of you who can do a lotus position, right leg on left leg. Okay, now let's start. There will only be my voice that guides you from now on. There can be only 3 words. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. There are only 3 things. Breathe in, you command it normally. Breathe out, you command it smoothly. Relax your muscle. Any muscle that is tense on your back, you try to sit straight, don't. When you feel that anything that is tense in your body, you use your mind to that piece of muscle and release them. Once you are released, your body may drop a little bit. Don't worry. Just make it as a nature. Once your muscle is released, the blood will flow and you will feel relaxed automatically. And it is the symptom of healing. It is telling our body to heal itself. So there will be 3 words. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. You will try to do it in real time. In real time, meaning that when you think about breathe in, you breathe in. When you think about breathe out, you breathe out. Relax your muscle. When you think about releasing any place that is tense, release them. You will do it with the rhythm of your own mind. By this time, as a master, I will try to combine the energy of everyone in this room who do the pure power meditations up to the universal level that we can combine as unity. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. Do it by your own rhythm. For the person that is doing meditation for the first time, your mind will keep on jumping out of the concentrations. Do not worry, this is normal. Once every time your mind jumped out, bring it back to the breathe in and breathe out. If it jumped out 10 times, bring it back 10 times. If it's jumped out 100 times, bring it back every time. This is how you are going to defeat a mind. Know your mind every time, everywhere that it goes. Follow it, bring it back. Do not resist your mind. You cannot resist it. Just follow it and bring it back. Your mind will be distracted by the voice noises around you. Every time that your mind jumped out, bring it back to the breathing. Breathe in normally. Breathe out smoothly. Relax your muscle. Once you are enter the meditations, once your mind are locked in, your breathing will get so light. Your breath will get lighter, lighter, and lighter. Do not fear. You are perfectly healthy. The whole metabolism of your body just slow down. The cell that used to consume the energy is not need to activate like everyday's life. That's why it doesn't need oxygen like it used to need. So your breathing gets so light. At these stages, you are in the pre-hibernation mode. For a while, some of you will feel that Your body are so light, like a feather, that you are floating. Let it float. Let it fly. Let it go where it wants. Experience it. You are now at stage 4, the stage of the fortune, or the stage of healing your body and mind. The happiness from within, without any reason, is also rearrange the molecular structures that distorted in your body. Keep on practicing it. Relax your muscle. And try to don't think about other things. I will bring you to stage 4 and let us follow the rhythm of your own breathing. When your breathing gets so light, you cannot follow the breathe in normally, it is too long. You can just cut the sentences down into in, out, relax, in, out, relax, in, out, relax. And finally, silence, no more words. Let's touch upon this energy by sending the energy from your forehead or the chakra of your head towards the universe and combined our spiritual meditation pure power into a universal level from everywhere in the world. You will feel that your energy are more powerful when you touch upon all these energy that we combined. The one that touch it, you will feel some kind of goosebump from your back of your neck down to your feet. It means that the energy reverses back down to you. Or you can feel some other thing, but you will be able to touch it. Now, before we wake up from the meditations, I will ask the power of the universe and God that we believe to give us good health, protections to our body, our loved ones, and share these protections wherever our mind brings us. May all be blessed with enlightenment. Now, wake up from the meditations. Okay, now I can feel a lot of your energy flow down to me, and a lot of you has a lot of power. I can feel it. Some of you may struggle a little bit, but you are on the good track. Okay, so I will leave these on to the question and answer. What do you think, Bobby? This is just a simple walkthrough.
Yeah, that was a wonderful walkthrough. So if you're open to some questions, I'm sure many people have quite a few.
Yes, please, Bobby, you will be. What are you going to do? You are going to read the questions and send it to me, or the audience will ask, the voice questions.
Yeah,
I don't know what can this thing do.
I think them asking the questions in their own voice will have a lot more meaning than me reading it. So I'd like to start and ask a question. So if you'd like to ask a question, you can just kind of unmute yourself, but please, if you can, remember to mute yourself back up again. So my question is, I know you guys were kind of drawn to Alaska, and it showed up, you got here just in time for the Whole Life Festival, and now you've been here for a while. So what has your Alaska experience taught you? What was it that drew you guys up here to begin with, and what's your experience been like during lockdown in Alaska?
As I said earlier, I was so happy to be locked down in heaven. So I came here in the end of January to do the. I was invited by some of the students in Alaska and to do some ritual in the home, and we were able to and also every year we will during the year end we will have some kind of pilgrimage to places. So this year the Grandmaster has a visions that she always talk about Alaska. So I says, well, I know that Alaska now has the Northern Light, and we want to experience it. So we just bought a plane ticket and fly to Alaska. We are basically built our sanctuary in North Carolina. So we flew from North Carolina to Alaska, and we were hosted by our student in Anchorage, and for almost 3 weeks, then we drove to Fairbanks and visit a temple that we used to visit them 4 years ago, and the Grandmaster says, I told the Grandmaster that do we need to call them before we visit them? Grandmaster say no. And what if they are not there? If no one's there, Grandmaster say no. If they're not there, we go. She always bring us by the force of the divine. Everywhere in this earth that we go, we are like this. Don't ask me why and how, but it is like that. So during the pilgrim, we don't even think. We can only plan certain things like buying air tickets. But once we landed we cannot plan anything. God will bring us and guide us. So we come here without knowing who is there. So we drove from Anchorage to the temple in Fairbanks, which is we are here now. And fortunately, the head monk lived only one, and this is the Buddhist temple of the lady monk, no men's monk. Okay, so um, uh, she just came from Thailand 4 days ago, alone, live here all alone. And she says that she pray that someone will come up because it's too cold. No one is coming up to the mountain and and uh, and visit the monk. She just pray that someone uh, is coming. So she saw us, and she says that I thought that you forget about me. It's 4 years now that we haven't been met. And I said, do you remember me? She says, yes, of course. 4 years ago, you guys are here. Then we were here, and we decided that, okay, we will be staying with her until the next monk or the next visitors comes to be her friend. So after we postponed the flight for 2 times, then we get locked up in Alaska. And during that time, our student in Anchorage says that, hey, you should visit Anchorage. Where are you? I'm still in Alaska. You should visit, this is called, it's a kind of exhibitions, Alaska psychic exhibitions. So, oh, I never know that. So it is only last minute. They already closed. And 1 week before that, the owner of the exhibitions contacted us that they will give us a place. So we drove from Fairbanks back to Anchorage and joined them. So that's how we meet very magnificent people in Alaska, and a lot of spiritual people in Alaska are truly amazing. You guys have special energy, and it is fascinating for me to meet you guys. So that is how we get stuck in Alaska for almost 3 months now. But we love to stuck here, and we want, if God provide, maybe one day someone can give us some kind of a land that we can develop the portal. We can open the portal in this land and give the true experience of universe, nature, and the pure power. How can it work together? And this portal can do magnificent thing or some kind of magic. So, but it cannot be in the city. It must be in the secluded place where there are lots of trees and nature. It cannot be a tourist place. We are different. Our sanctuary in North Carolina as well, we are different. We are not building big temple over there, but we live among the nature as we let them be. So this is our 4th sanctuary that we built, but it's the first one out of Thailand. But we built 3 in Thailand, and even in Thailand, we are a spiritual group that are a close group, and it's one of a kind because we are working with multiple dimensions. We are not only for human, but we cooperate with multiple dimensions, and together we form some kind of path to move higher. Every soul deserves a chance to go higher. So the universal guidance show us the way. So this is how we are here in Alaska. I hope that I answered your questions.
I have something to come. Or Marie, did you want to say something?
I did. Yeah. Thank you, Don.
Excuse me. I am. I just interrupt. I am today. I'm in Thailand. It's 1:30 in the morning, so I'm leaving you guys right now. But I would like to join later, and we will share about something later on. Okay.
Thank you for joining
okay,
us.
Good night. Yes. Good night,
Dr. Tui.
Okay.
Good night,
Good
Dr.
night.
Tui.
Okay. Good night. Thank you.
So Marie Machman here, Ongpor. Your English is fabulous for being from Thailand. I'm very impressed.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you say how important it is to, when you go to astral travel, to travel with a guide so that you can return. Two questions. One, how easy is it to astral travel? And what mental or physical preparations must you prepare your mind or body for prior to finding a mentor to, or a master to send you on an astral travel trip?
Okay, thank you very much for those questions. The food of the spirit is enlightened. We are hungry for more knowledge, and there is nothing get in between the craving of the knowledge that will make soul enlightened. So with this anchor to the enlightening effects of our soul, it will generate whatever you are looking for by itself. It is not like, for example, you are craving for astral travel. You want to explore that, right? Then that is already registered. It's already automatically registered. You don't need to prepare anything. It is already innate within your desire. So to prepare is the fastest way that I think that we can do is be pure, be simple. You just follow the rhythm of the meditations. It will pave the way towards your goal that you are set up. Okay, there is, I can say that manifestations is one of the thing, but what is manifestation anyway? Is to set up a goal, to register or to buy a ticket that you want to go somewhere, right? So it's the same thing. When you want to be enlightened in a certain way, because knowledge of the universe is so vast, it's so big, there is like billions of things that we are not able to know, and we have no experience about that yet. So once you want to know about astral, you want to know about universe, to a certain extent, when you pass through a certain stage of your meditations, the visionary stage will appear. Once you arrive the visionary stage, it will lock on to whatever you want to go, wherever you want to go. It's like a hub. We call the stage 6 the world visions. And those things that you see, please keep in mind that it is for you and it's true for you alone. If you bring this thing back home and you try to tell all those stories, people might say that you are cuckoo or something. They can blame you about that. You just need to share this experience to the spiritual group. So the person who do not have spiritual experience, they cannot understand it. Okay, so I don't know if I can answer your questions, but as simple as clear your mind and anchor your goal towards astral travel. So if I am the master, I will guide you to the astral travel. I will always remind you about 3 words. For example, I anchor your mind with the 3 words. Breathe in normally, breathe out smoothly, relax your muscle. That is the code that you are going to find your home. You are going to find your home back here. Okay? Once you travel, it might be me or it might not be me that guide you in real time. If you are, because a lot of you would want to practice already, want to do the astral travel already. You will remember the 3 words. Once you get lost, okay? I don't think that you guys would get lost, and I don't want you guys to get lost, but it is so beautiful, it is so realistic that you cannot distinguish between reality and the visions. It is not a dream. Visions in the 6 stages is not a dream. It is so real that you want to jump in. Okay? A lot of us will not try to sit back and see the visions, but they want to fly into the visions. So it's okay to take those kind of experience, but if you just keep your mind, remember that to anchor your breath, find your breath. Every stage that you go onto magnificent visions that they guide you, check back with your breathing. Check back every time. I'm still breathing. Yeah. Okay.
Thank
yes.
you.
I would like to also make some comments. This is Dawn Kelly again. And what I heard you say, which was really, truly magnificent, was the thing that guides you most is trust and faith. You're trusting about coming up to Alaska is we have to stay in the moment and constantly be in trust and faith that the universe is looking out for us. It's got our back always. And
yes.
the
yes.
meditation that you provided with us is also something that is happening right now as a 11/11 opportunity for people just every day 11/11 to do a meditation just such as you just shared with us, simple, and just sending those intentions out for the the peace, the solidarity, the union, the guidance within. And that's what I heard from you. And it's truly a very, very simple and easy meditation that takes you to the journey
yes.
within.
Exactly. Don't try to be too complex. You will be confused. So try to keep it simple. And intention is very important. Intention is where your mind focus. Concentration and focus is keep those things simple. Don't develop too many criterias and things. Just being simple. At those stage, we will forget to breathe because on those stages you will be already automatically in the pre-hibernation mode. Your breathing will get so light. Of course, you will not find your breath. But anyway, check back with your breathing. You are still breathing, yes. Just check back.
Donna might have I think Donna's got a question, and I see that Jimmy's got a question. Donna, you're unmuted if you want to ask your question.
Okay, the first one was when you spoke about the husband and the wife, did the wife eventually make her way back to her body, or was she permanently sort of disconnected in her, entering her vision? in the astral travel?
Um, uh, 2 years later, I did not talk to this friend all the time, but 2 years later, I talked to him before we come to the US. He says that his wife is back. It's like almost a year and a half that she become like a veggies like that. And one thing that we learn, very important, is not that to learn to be scared, but these symptoms show that how a body without a spirit works. And it shows that when a body without a spirit, it has no purpose. It has no purpose. Like she took the key and drive the car. The skill of driving is still there, but she drive without a purpose. And the husband wake up in the morning and did not find the wife, and he was freaked out, and he called the police, and the police stopped him 200 kilometers away from home. So the police asked her, oh, where are you going? She looked at the police 10 minutes and she says, I don't know. So this is what, so it tells us that our spirit contains purpose of life. A body, a humanoid forms body, can only remember the skill to survive, to eat, to whatever you give the body kind of skill, it is a tool to survive. You can still remember how to drive the car, but you don't have a purpose of where are you going. So it teaches me that, hey, our spirit must have purpose. That's why you are here. That's why you want to find the purpose of life. You are seeking, we are seeking the spiritual purpose. And seeking spiritual purpose is the long-term purpose because it's an eternal element. Spirit cannot die. We come back. So anyway, I will not go too far on it, but yes, she come back after 1.5 years, and because the monk, they brought her to a monk, and the monk called her spirit back. That's what my friend told me. But she's different though. She come back, she talk back, but faster, not like 10 minutes and have some response, but she can talk back upon those particular questions. Yes, he can.
Thank you very much.
I think Jimmy's got a question too, and he'll probably be the last question under our formal meeting, but we can certainly hang out a little bit longer if we want to after that. Jimmy, take it away, buddy.
Thank you, and blessings to everyone. My question revolves around the idea that we are creator beings, and I'm curious about your comments about the idea that even if and when we go within, we are creating our own experiences, and maybe how your thoughts on how we actually are right now we are in a perception agreement. We are all agreeing to be here, and we're all perceiving each other. So we are all the creators of this experience together. So I'm curious to know how you look at creating and how we create from within with intention, ideas, things of that sort.
I don't know if I understand the questions right because my English is not very good. But anyway, the intention is important. It's always an important matters of all of us. It's what we seek. Intention is what we seek in our lives. The sad thing is about when we seek something that feed us physically, not feed the long-term the long-term existence. We need to feed two things in our lives: to feed our humanoid forms, to make us alive, to eat, to have food, to have medicine, to have shelter. This is what we seek. But for the one that pass through all these physical seek will jump into a spiritual seek. That is a long-term investment. The knowledge that we seek is very crucial to our path in life. Although it doesn't stop us at McDonald's when we are hungry, but it goes further beyond. Can we even plan for the next one, for the next life? Yes, we can. Because what we do in this life will be reflecting upon the episode of our next one. So the seeking is very important. The seeking must be productive to both, to our current life and our spirit. So we must stand on two legs. One leg human, one leg spiritual self. If we understand these two things, we will not go wrong and we will not go cuckoo about it, because a spiritual entity does not bound to the law of physics. Okay? The pen drop because of gravity. That is the law of physics. It applies to the humanoid forms. The time move forward, they never move backward. It applies to our life. We have birth, sickness, and death. It is inescapable. Okay? But the super nature of us, which is the spirit, has another meter of measurements. It does not bound to the same meter. It does not bound to the same law of lights. Okay, the law of human lights mean the sun come up is a new day. We get older. That's why the law of human and the law of human is the law of nature, and the law of the spirit is the law of super nature. That is why two things coexist 50% in this life. Without spirit, we are just like a walking meat without purpose. That is why this story of my friend lost his wife give us the knowledge of spiritual purpose. Did you find the purpose already? Are we seeking? So everyone sit here because of we are seeking the purpose. Which is the greater purpose? How do we achieve these magnificent purpose in life? That's why your questions, I don't know if I make it right. Purpose of life and seeking the purpose of spiritual life is never gonna stop. That's why every one of you are here. That's why I am seeking. I'm walking the earth. I travel because I want to seek. It's not that I know everything already. No, not yet. I am just a dust in the sand dune. So there are billions of things that I want and I thirst to know, and a lot of good knowledge lies between individual of you. And I want to share my experience. It's not that I know everything already and I claim that I become a spiritual master and I have all the answers in life. Not yet. I always found something better. I always found something magnificent, and we extract every knowledge very delicately to extract at least a philosophy of life.
Yeah.
To at least release the suffer from human heart.
Yeah.
So that is the basic.
Well, Ongpor, we very much appreciate the generosity of your time and your sharing and taking us through the Pure Power meditation. I think, Dawn, do you want to talk about some of the things that are?
Just a few little things. Ongpor, from my heart, I want to say the fate of you arriving at the Alaska Whole Life Festival, which again is have been around here for like almost 40 years, something like that. That was a blessing to us, and your wisdom was amazing to share with us today, which bridges me also into what Adam has to offer every Wednesday night. We do a meditation every Wednesday night. We're now doing it via Zoom. And so please tune into that. If you would like to tune into our meditation on Wednesday from 7 to 8, we'd love to have you be a part of that. Also today, we're setting an intention to go out in nature as a walk at 2 o'clock. For anyone that wants to join in, we are going to meet at the Ulu Factory at 211 Ship Creek, or right by Ship Creek, where the Ulu Factory is. You can Google it. And we're going to meet and walk along the creek. There's a beautiful path. There's some nature, and just get socialize and stay 6 feet away, whatever we need to do, but just a matter of seeing each other and getting out in nature. So if anyone wants to join us, it's at 2 o'clock. And just check the Adam Center website for our speakers and the meditation that we have, the Zoom addresses right now, and that's where your information will be. So from the Adam group, Ongpor, I would just like to say thank you so much for being a part of our group this morning, and your wisdom is truly amazing. So thank you.
I am honored that be here in Adam, and I am asking the power of the universe God to bless every one of you in this room with good health, good luck, and prosperity. Anantachit.
I love your hands too, putting your hands up and sharing the energy.
Yes, before we leave, we will use this hand to share our love of our heart. Deep down, send the love to one another. Then imagine that all the love that we send in this room will go up to the universal level and share it to the world. Okay? Close your eyes and send the love to one another. May good health, good luck, and prosperity dwell with all of us and the earth. Success, success, success.
And so it is. Thank you.
And so it is. Yeah, thank you very much.
Bobby, thank you for being our Zoom master. Thank you guys all for being a part of the Adam Center community, and any of you that have joined from other parts of the earth. Bless you where you are. Have an awesome week. Stay pure, stay within, and stay adventuresome.